everybody? How y'all doing? How you doing? It is time for the weekend forecast for all my signs. Weekend forecast time. All right, let me figure out what good vibes I want to put in the air. Let me go with this. All right. I don't have any special announcements to make. So you know what to do if you need a personal reading. Check the description of the video. That's where you'll find everything you need to know as far as how to go about doing that. Let's get some of this sandal in the air. Sandalwood. I guess it's sandalwood. I don't know. Shit smells good as fuck, though. All right. What is up, y'all? How you doing? Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate you. Hopefully, we get some helpful messages. All right. Cool. All right. Let's see what messages we have for Aries for the weekend. What are the messages for Aries for the weekend? Boom, boom, boom. Uh-oh, why's that got to jump out straight out the gate? I guess some of y'all could be dealing with a Capricorn. Hang on. Right out the gate, the first card of the whole fucking video. Got to be the devil card though, man? Come on. Let's get some rainbows and unicorns. This kind of tells me that you're moving on from a toxic situation, or you're about to move on. Yeah, walking away. Two of Pentacles reversed. Okay. All right. So this kind of feels like something that you're walking away from. But the person that you're dealing with is not wanting to walk away from it. Not really. It wouldn't surprise me if you end up hearing from this person. Page of Swords, King of Cups reversed. That kind of feels like this person is very, very determined to manipulate their way into your life. Five of Swords. See, I don't like the Five of Swords energy, man. Sometimes I think I might even argue that that could be worse than the Seven of Swords. Because Five of Swords means defeat at all cost. I'm going to get what I want, and I don't care what I have to do to get it. I don't care who I have to lie to, who I have to steal from, who I have to cheat on, fuck over, manipulate, use, abuse, throw under the bus. I'm going to get what I want, come hell or high water. I don't like that energy, man. Now, don't get it twisted. I'm all about going for what you want. But when you're so goddamn lazy that you'll take the low road to get what you want, that's not cool. There's many ways to get what you want. It's just that usually the right way is the hard way, right? Anyway, though, but yeah, I don't know. Something tells me that you're not that stupid and you're not falling for it. Maybe you've already been on and off with this person, or you just already know what they're capable of. But this person's pretty determined to weasel their way into your life. Pretty determined. Could be a Cancer for some of you. Also have Capricorn and Leo here. All cards of manipulation keep coming through here, dude. All right, well, let's get the advice for Aries. This is a brand new deck, so it's still all slippery and shit. I'm finally getting some new decks for my table, man. I got 2 new ones coming in today. What's the advice for Aries? What advice do we have for Aries? Ooh, man, it's time to put an end to a karmic cycle. Well, it depends on what kind of situation you're dealing with. For those of you dealing with a situation that's been kind of on and off, it'll be on and off until somebody finally turns it off. If you haven't quite been on and off with this person, be careful. Be careful. This is all the ingredients you need to create an on and off situation. Now, the danger with on and off relationships is 90% of the time when a relationship goes on and off, at least one person becomes comfortable waltzing in and out of your life whenever they please, because you keep letting them. Every time you let them come back in, they take a mental note of what they had to do in order to get you to let them back in. And then they do that next time. Every time. Every time. So be careful with that. Proceed with caution. Now, I don't know who needs to hear this, but you already know everything there is to know about this person in this situation. Don't try to overthink this person or their intentions, okay? You might be giving them more credit than they deserve. They're not that deep. They're not that deep. All right. And ignore any childish attempts to get your attention or get a reaction out of you. Okay? Ignore it. Ignore it. 8 of Swords. Whenever you give somebody the negative reaction that they're looking for, they win. They win. I don't care how good it makes you feel to tell them off. They win. That's what they're trying to get you to do. Don't give them what they want. Okay? All right. Taurus. What are the messages for Taurus? Uh-oh. 5 of Pentacles there. Somebody playing the victim and throwing a pity party here. Hang on a second. Could be dealing with a fellow earth sign for some of you. Uh-oh. Judgment reversed. All right. King of Pentacles reversed. We got Death card reversed on your side. Or I'm sorry, Tower card reversed on your side, Death card reversed on theirs. Karmic Wheel reversed. I'm kind of feeling a reconciliation attempt coming. I'm feeling a reconciliation attempt. But we got that 7 of Swords. We also got that Devil. And then the Karmic Wheel reverse. But yeah, see, I'm kind of feeling like, I don't know who it is that's attempting reconciliation here. I don't know. Kind of feels to me like somebody is coming back, throwing a pity party, playing the victim. Boo-hoo, poor pitiful me, boo-hoo-hoo. And somehow, some way, it pops off into drama. Doesn't take long before that karmic cycle repeats itself. There could be a third party in the mix here for some of you. But it's not really looking like this attempt is as successful as they want. Not really. King of Cups, okay. Could be a water sign for some of you. Could be a fellow Taurus, but I think that's your energy because the Empress comes out 9 times out of 10 when I read for Taurus. All right, Lover's card reversed. So whatever has happened between the two of you has put a permanent dent in this connection. Put a permanent dent. Like, it's a dent that can't be popped out. So whatever this is, this kind of feels like something that already happened. But if you're dealing with somebody you've already dealt with in the past and you come back and try to reconnect with them, the energy just does not feel the same, dude. It just does not feel the same at all. So, okay, could be a Libra for some of you. Let's see who I got here. Taurus, Capricorn, Scorpio, Libra, Gemini. Could be anybody. Y'all know this. Those are just energies. All right, well, let's get some advice for Taurus. All right, what's the advice? What is the advice? What's the advice? I don't know who needs to hear this, but do not let anybody impress you with their money and material things, okay? I'm not saying that money and material things are a bad thing. I'm saying don't put that at the top of your priority list. I know a lot of you already know that to be common sense, but, you know, just in case you didn't, again, nothing's wrong with money, okay? I can't stand it when spiritual people try to act like money is bad. Money is not bad. Go make your bag. Go fucking buy your toys. Go have your fun experiences. Dude, I'm all about it, man. But especially when it comes to a person who leads with their money and reels people in with their fancy things, and then they're just a toxic fuckwad. Drop the material things down a few notches on the priority list, okay? And again, with the Empress, put your foot down. Don't be afraid to set some boundaries. And then there's the drama card again. Do the best you can to try to avoid that if at all possible. Try to avoid the drama. I know sometimes you're just forced into situations where you can't really avoid it, but do it if you can, especially if you've already dealt with this person before. You've already dealt with this person before, and then they start playing the same old game they was playing in the past, and you know you're about to repeat that same old cycle you repeated in the past. Try to minimize that. Every time you do this, it creates another layer of karmic energy that just weighs you down a little bit heavier than it did before you did that. Okay? Don't be afraid to take a step back from something that doesn't feel right. So if connecting with a person makes you nervous, listen to that feeling. Don't drive yourself nuts trying to figure out why it feels off, but listen to that feeling, okay? Good God, man. I'm going to have to burn some sage here. Holy fuck. Well, no rainbows and unicorns yet. Let's see what's going on with Gemini. Maybe Gemini will give me some rainbows and unicorns. Let's see what's up with you, Gemini. I'm going to do a deck swap, too. Deck swap, deck swap. Gemini. Ooh, Knight of Wands. Hang on. Somebody's coming in. Hang on. Is this somebody new or a past person? Seven of Cups reversed. Uh-oh, Seven of Swords. Fuck, man. It don't matter if I swap decks. The same shit comes out. So what are we dealing with right now astrologically? Mars retrograde, right? And it seemed like there was something else too. I don't know, man. All right. Well, okay. So I'm feeling somebody new coming in. But I don't know. This honestly kind of feels like somebody that's had their eye on you for a little bit. But you're connecting with somebody new. But it looks like a real short on and off, start quick, end quick type of connection. It may not really get any... there it is. I was trying to avoid this, dude. You're being tested. You're being tested. I've had to tell that to like almost all of the signs over the past month or two. You're being tested. Knight of Wands, Seven of Swords, Knight of Coins reversed, Page of Wands and the Hierophant. This is a test. What is being tested? Your emotional independence. So when you are in a vibration of abundance from within, you are much, much less likely to bring somebody into your life who's on some bullshit. Much less likely. One of the side effects of being abundant from within is you have a really sensitive bullshit-o-meter. You think about it. Most people are looking for relationships because they're on a frequency of emptiness, right? If you're on a frequency of emptiness, you're much more likely to stuff red flags under the rug and bring somebody into your life and put up with bullshit and overlook red flags, right? Because you're trying to fill a void. And that is number one. But when you're already fulfilled and you're not trying to fill a void, you ain't just gonna overlook no red flags. Because it's like, yo, I'm already happy, whole, fulfilled, and complete. So do I want to bring somebody into my life who could possibly destroy the happiness that I found and destroy my peace? That doesn't really sound very tempting. I am happy. I'm not looking for a relationship to make me happy. I'm looking for a relationship to have a partner to build a life with. But I'm happy. I don't need that. It would be nice. It'd be nice. I would love to have a partner to build my life with. But I don't need it to create my happiness for me. I don't need it to fill an empty void that's in my heart. So if I'm happy, whole, fulfilled, complete, and content, I'm going to smell bullshit from a mile away. And I'm not just going to let somebody waltz into my life who could potentially destroy that. So that's what's being tested. And I tell you what, it looks like the majority of you are passing this test with flying colors. I'm honestly feeling like most of you won't even realize you're being tested. You won't even fucking realize it. You may completely subconsciously avoid this situation without even thinking about it. You may think about it for a couple seconds, but yeah. Okay, well, that's kind of a cliffhanger, but let's get some advice. That's good. That's good. That's a positive message. All right, let's see. What is the advice for Gemini? What's the advice? Hangman reversed. So don't waste too much time sitting around trying to figure somebody out. Okay. Now this is slippery because I'm not saying, okay, so let's say you connect with somebody new, right? And the vibe feels off. I'm not saying cut and run from it right away. Okay. Not saying that. Try to figure it out if you can, right? So if I connect with you and something feels off, something feels funny, something doesn't feel right, I'm going to take a note of that. Something feels funny about this person, but I don't know what it is. Maybe it's me. Maybe I fucking woke up on the wrong side of the bed this morning. I don't know. Maybe it's you. Maybe it's both of us. Maybe we're both just having a bad day. But I'm going to keep you at an arm's distance just in case, and I'll keep talking with you. You know, we'll see if we can come together more smoothly as time goes on. So I'll keep communication open with you. I'll hang out with you again. And it still don't feel right? I don't know. I don't know what it is, if it's me or you. I woke up feeling pretty goddamn good today, so I don't know. We'll hang out one more time. And it feels weirder and weirder. Yo, something's a little bit off here. We just ain't vibing. We just ain't. Sorry. I don't know who it is. Maybe it's me. Hey, it could totally be me. That don't matter. Doesn't matter if it's you or me. When the vibe is that off, the likelihood that we're going to lay a solid foundation is low. The worse it, you know what I'm saying? So Don't waste a bunch of time sitting around trying to figure it out. You shouldn't have to, first of all. First of all, you shouldn't have to waste months of your life trying to figure out what's going on with somebody, why it feels weird, what their intentions are, whether or not they're lying to you, whether or not you can trust them. If you find yourself wasting a bunch of time on that, it might not be somebody you want to try to put in your life and give them a permanent spot in your life. Just saying. All right, Cancer. Cancer, Cancer. What are the messages for the Cancerian collective for the weekend? Uh-oh, Queen of Pentacles reversed. Okay, well, all right. This looks like you're kind of dealing with a one-sided situation here. Okay, well, yeah. So whatever situation you've been dealing with, whatever situation has been weighing on you the heaviest, it's getting to the point where people can kind of tell that something's bothering you, even people you haven't told. I don't know why that's coming through, but I'm honestly seeing a couple of different potential love interests, and I'm also seeing options available to you that you're not even aware of. Either that or you're not interested, or both, maybe, I don't know. Possibly. But it does kind of seem like there is one particular person that you're connecting with. You're just not really sure what you want to do with this. This feels kind of like a new connection. Feels like a new connection. Connecting with somebody new. You're a little bit uncertain. Not 100% sure if you're really feeling it. Not really. You don't know whether or not to give this person a chance or keep your options open. You don't really know if this is somebody you could settle down and build and grow with. You're also not 100% sure whether or not this person is just playing mind games with you. They appear to be a very happy individual, but you're not sure whether or not that's just a fake facade they're putting on. Some of you might just want to take a damn break from dating altogether. Some of you may. Some of you could be connecting with a Libra. I also have Aquarius, Aries, Taurus, Leo. Could be anybody. All right. Yeah. Hierophant and the Empress both reversed. Next to the Two of Wands here. Yeah, you're just not 100% sure if you're feeling it. Not sure if you're ready to settle down and commit. I think, honestly, you're probably just going to keep your options open. It kind of feels like somebody that's way more into you than you are them, honestly. That's what that feels like. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Cancer? What is the advice? 10 of Wands reversed. Don't take on burdens that aren't yours to take on. Don't let nobody take advantage of that big old ass goddamn heart you got, okay? Don't let nobody take advantage of that shit. I'm not saying don't help people, but don't let yourself be taken advantage of, okay? Don't take on burdens that aren't yours to take on unless two things. You're in the position to do so, and you do it with no expectations. I'm telling you, I know I say this every time, but I swear to God, every time I open up Facebook, every time, it doesn't take 10 minutes before I see somebody bitching and complaining and whining and moaning because they did everything for somebody, and then when they needed help, that person was nowhere to be found. Dude, you're telling on yourself when you do that. You're telling on yourself when you do that. That means that when you do something for me, you got a little expectation behind it. You got a little motive behind it. Let me tell you a little something about me. I refuse to loan people money. I will never loan you $1. If I give you money, it's yours. Keep it. I don't want it. I don't need it. You're low on gas. You ain't going to be able to have gas to get to and from work. Here's a $100 bill. Keep it. I don't need it. It's yours. I'm not going to hold it over your head later on down the line. I'm not going to guilt trip you with it and remind you of what I did for you. If I do you a favor, here's the way I roll. If I do you a favor and later on down the line, I need a favor and I come to you and ask you and you tell me no, okay, cool, right on. Deuces, especially if I know you're in the position to do it. I know you're in a position to do it, and you tell me no? Oh, okay, cool. Poof. You'll never hear from me again. I'm not going to bitch at you. I'm not going to complain. I'm just going to be like, oh, okay, cool. That's how you roll? Right on. Cool. See what I'm saying? There's no expectation behind it. That just tells me everything I need to know about how you roll. You're not required to help me. But if you do me a favor, and later on down the line, I need a favor. You know what I'm saying? Like if somebody does something for me, I'm going to make sure I get you back. I'm going to make sure of it. Make sure of it. You do me a favor, next time you need something, I got you. See what I'm saying? So just don't, the point that I'm getting at here is don't let anybody take advantage of that big old ass goddamn heart you got. Nobody. Nobody. So, I don't know why that's the message that came through, but hopefully somebody needed to hear that because I'm kind of getting the feeling that you might end up running into somebody that might sense that you have a big old goddamn heart and try to take advantage of that. All right? Okie dokie, Leo. Leo. Leo, what are the messages for the Leo collective? 6 of coins reversed. No equal give and take. One-sided situation. Star card. Some of you dealing with an Aquarius. Okay. This kind of feels to me like somebody from the past. And honestly, it kind of feels like y'all are both just sitting there waiting on each other. Could be a Sagittarius for some of you. I also have Taurus and Capricorn here. Man, it kind of honestly feels like this person is obsessively, like they obsess over you, is what this feels like to me. You're waiting to hear from them. They're waiting to hear from you. And it's just silent tension. Silent tension. Now, this person is not waiting with open arms. They ain't waiting with open arms. If you was to reach out to them, boy, they got their guard up. And I have a feeling you do too. I have a feeling. But, I mean, that's all it's really telling me. 3 of Wands, 7 of Wands, 4 of Wands reversed. That's silent tension. Silent tension. And, of course, I don't know if you're wondering or not, but this person absolutely is playing the victim. I don't know if they were the victim or not, okay? That's, when I say that, that's not the important part. Because if they weren't the victim, then, well, you might need to know that. Like, if they fucked you over and they're the one playing the victim for it, you know, like you made them do it type shit, then you might want to steer clear of somebody like that. But let's play devil's advocate for a minute. Let's say you fucked them over. Let's just say they haven't let that go yet. They haven't let that go. And even if you apologize, You're willing to make it right and work through it. If they haven't let that go, it's still a ticking time bomb. It is. All right, well, let's get some advice here. Did I name off the signs? Yeah, I did. Okay. Let's get some advice. What is the advice? Ooh, the Hierophant. Okay, here's what I would do if I was you. I'm not saying never talk to this person again. I'm not saying that. But I will say this. Make your number one priority integrating the lesson that you learned from that experience into your life. I would not even think about talking to this person until you can think of what you learned from that situation and how you're going to apply it to your life. Just think about that. Even if it's just one little thing. I don't care who you are, don't care what your sign is, don't care if you're a man or a woman, gay or straight, white or black, Christian or Muslim. I don't care. No matter who you connect with, it'll teach you something. Period. There is no excuse for not learning something from somebody. So that's what I would be focused on with this. And I have a feeling that if you do that and you play your cards right, by the time you and this person do communicate, the tables will turn big time. Big time. But also don't let your guard down. This person sure ain't let their guard down. Hell no, they ain't. There's a time and a place for everything. There's a time and a place to have your guard up. There's a time and a place to let your guard down. This is not the time to let your guard down with this person. Okay? So let's focus on that first. You know what the funny thing is, though? Here's kind of what I'm alluding to. Once you really start getting a good grip on what you learned and how that lesson is going to positively affect your life moving forward, this funny thing starts to happen. You start to lose interest in revisiting the past. You start to lose interest in it. I'm not necessarily saying that you're guaranteed to shut them out for good, but the more you begin to understand the deeper meaning behind that experience, the less and less and less interested you are in revisiting the past. The less interested. So just cross that bridge when you get to it, all right? Okie dokie, Virgo. Virgo, what are the messages for Virgo? What are the messages for Virgo for the weekend? Woo! Queen of Cups. Okay, well, there's a lot of feelings involved in this situation here. A whole lot. I would go as far as to say that you are definitely in love with this person. Or at least you just have insanely intense feelings for them. Some of you dealing with a water sign, Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. The two of you just don't work together as a very good team. Yeah. So, yeah, it kind of feels like you're having to make a head over heart decision about this situation. Even though I think you have a very special place in your heart for this person, your logical mind is telling you that there's no way that it would work out, that the two of you just do not make a very good team. Kind of feels to me like there's either blocked communication, or if there is communication, it's horrible. Like y'all do not speak the same vibrational language at all. Like at all. Not even close. Honestly, this person's waiting to hear from you. I think they are. I think this person actually wants to try to work shit out with you. I think so. And I don't know what they're waiting on. It's not saying what they're waiting on. I don't know if they're waiting on you to reach out or waiting on the right opportunity to reach out to you, but they're waiting on one of the two, probably whichever one was to come first. Yeah, they are not moving on from this either, but at the same time, they don't really feel quite as strong of a connection as they once did. Maybe they just don't really feel like they'll be able to replace you. Could be a Gemini for some of you. Also got Cancer here. All right, what's the advice for Virgo? What is the advice? Woo, Seven of Swords reversed. Hang on. And the Empress. So especially for those of you dealing with somebody that you know you couldn't trust in the past. No, it does not make you a bad person to set a permanent boundary as far as that goes. There's one thing that digs under my skin, man. And that's when somebody fucks you over, right? They do you dirty. And then later on down the line, they try to guilt trip you. They try to weasel their way back into your life by guilt tripping you and shaming you for holding a grudge, right? Now they're trying to make you look like the bad person. I know I fucked you over and I did you dirty, but you're the bad person for holding a grudge and holding on to the past. Man, that don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. Don't fall for that. There is a difference between holding a grudge and setting boundaries. Big difference. And at the end of the fucking day, nobody needs to know what your intentions are. Nobody needs to know. So at the end of the day, fuck what you think. I know I'm not holding a grudge. I'm setting boundaries. I'm not holding a grudge against you. I'm not mad at you. But if that's what you want to think, you go think that. That's fine. You go think that. You go tell everybody that. I don't care. Go think what you want. Go say what you want. Go tell everybody what you want. I don't give a fuck. I know where my heart is. I know what my intentions are. I know what my reasoning is. And so does the universe. So at the end of the day, the only one that needs to know what I'm doing and what my intentions are is the fucking universe. Because I got news for you. The universe doesn't manifest your life based on what everyone thinks. That's not what the universe does. It don't matter if you got 100 people thinking something about you that's not true. That's 100 farts in the wind. That's not what the universe responds to. Do you think the universe is looking at you going, well, man, your heart's in a really good place, but all these people think that you're a bad person. So because that's what they think, I'm going to have to thump you in the head. No. The universe is like, fuck what they think. Let them think what they think. I see where your heart is. I know what your intentions are. That's what's going to unfold your timelines and your life experience. Okay? So don't fall for that. I don't know who needs to hear that. Maybe if that's just something helpful you can take with you on your journey. But don't let nobody who fucked you over in the past guilt trip you for holding a grudge. That's a manipulator's prime tactic to make their way back into your life. Prime tactic. That's one of the most common red flags that somebody's trying to manipulate you. When they try to shame you for setting boundaries, when they fucked you over, fuck that. Nope. Nope. Absolutely not. If I did you dirty in the past, right? Like there's this one person. Okay, check this out. There's this one person. 10 years ago, I did something I shouldn't have done. I did. 10 years ago. Back in 2015. That person's still mad at me. Still mad at me for it. Okay, cool. All right, it is what it is. I have no right to judge that person for still being mad at me for something I did 10 years ago. Is it kind of ridiculous? I think so. You know, but hey, okay. I mean, I did do something I shouldn't have done 10 years ago. I did. So, okay. If you want to hold on to that, you have every right to. Cool. It is what it is. I mean, that's the way it should be. You know what I'm saying? If you fuck somebody over, you can't try to shame them for holding a grudge. You know what I'm saying? Because it's not a grudge. It's called boundaries. Anyway. All right. Who is that? Virgo? All right. Libra. 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 Woo-hoo! Knight of Cups. Something coming in. Let's see what this is all about. Something coming in. Boom, boom. Ah, King of Wands reversed. Damn it, man. All right. Well, okay. All may not be lost here. All may not be lost. So I'm getting some past energy and new energy in here. I'm thinking that you are connecting with somebody new. And you got somebody from the past watching the whole thing. Or at least trying to. You got somebody from your past just being nosy and snooping on your love life. And that's all this is really telling me here, though. As far as anything new goes, it might just be a communication type thing. You might just be kind of talking to somebody, messaging, you know, and just seeing where something goes. But it's honestly not telling me anything about where it's going. I'm trying to avoid it, but Tower reversed, 10 of Wands, 6 of Swords. The past is coming through very heavily in your energy. Very heavily. I don't want to keep hammering on the past though, man, but it just seems to always be what comes through. Whenever I throw a spread on the table and don't put an intention into it, just see what comes out, it's always the past. Always. Always. I do see you connecting with somebody new though, but as far as whoever this is from the past though, first of all, I don't think you have anything to worry about. For those of you who may be afraid that somebody's going to try to pull some shit, I don't think you have anything to worry about. For those of you wondering whether or not this person's trying to come get back into your life, not right now. Right now, in this moment, it just looks like they're just being nosy. Just being nosy. And come on, 9 times out of 10, when a past person, an ex, is snooping on your love life, why are they snooping? Why? What do they want to see? They want to see you fail, right? Yeah, they do. They don't want to see you heal and do better. Come on now. Come on now. This is the real world. They don't want to see you do better. No, they don't. Even if they pretend they do. No, they don't. They want to see you fail. Because it makes them look better, right? It justifies all the shit they talked about you. Because when two people break up, the majority of the time, both people are pointing the finger at each other, right? Come on now, most of the time. Sometimes, every now and then, you'll get somebody who understands the error of their ways and they'll be upfront and honest. Yeah, I fucked that up. That was me. Sometimes. But most of the time, it's two people pointing the finger at each other, right? Well, what tells the truth more than anything else about who the toxic one really was? What happens after y'all break up, right? Assuming, now, a lot of times you have two toxic people together, okay? Now, this goes into vibration and attraction. I'm not going into that right now. We're talking about intentions, toxic intentions, okay? Not vibration. So a lot of times you'll have one person with pure intentions and one person with toxic intentions. What happens when those two split? The person with pure intentions is much more likely to go on a healing journey. Because if I have pure intentions and I love you, I had just dedicated all of my emotions and my time and energy into you. The last thing I'm thinking about is somebody else. How the fuck are you even thinking about somebody else if you're in love with somebody else? If you're even thinking about what new person is coming in, you were not in love with the person you were dealing with. No, that wasn't love. If you can even comprehend what it would feel like to be with somebody new, you weren't in love with that person. No, you weren't. But that's what the toxic one does, isn't it? 9 times out of 10, the toxic one is already in a new relationship. And they're just repeating the same cycle. Usually within a 1-year period after a breakup, the toxic one's already been with 5 or 10 people. Just looping through person after person after person after person after person. Best case scenario, they end up in a long-term toxic ass relationship. And that's a house of fucking cards, you know. Anyway, let's get the advice for Libra. What's the advice? Ooh, 2 of Cups, okay. Focus on the new right now. Keep your options open, but don't attach yourself to anybody right now. So basically, let me reword that. You don't have any unfinished business from the past, okay? You don't. So there's no person that the universe put behind you that you need to revisit for any reason. There's not. So if the universe put somebody behind you, the universe put that person behind you for a reason. Even if you're not ready to move on to something new, that's totally cool. If you are having a hard time focusing on somebody new, then focus on shutting the door on the past and going on a healing journey. The primary law is the law of vibration. Therefore, the primary goal should be healing. All right? So, one or two things. Either focus on the new or focus on shutting out the past. So, okay. And pay attention to your intuition as well. Pay attention to your intuition. You need to return to balance. Return to balance and homeostasis. Work on filling the void from the inside. It's hard to do. I know we talk about this a lot and it sounds easy. It's not easy, but at least work on it. I'm not saying that you have to be glowing and floating on a cloud before the universe brings you your divine life partner, but you at least got to be working on it. All right, Scorpio. What are the messages for the Scorpio family? Messages for Scorpio. I'm not feeling that deck. Hang on. Messages for Scorpio. Woo! 2 of Wands. Queen of Swords reversed. Woo! Boy, you pissed off at somebody, ain't you? You pissed off at somebody. Hey, man, there's somebody that wants to be with you. Woo! And it's not that you don't want to be with them. It's not that. It's just that you are slamming your foot down so hard it's going to cause a fucking earthquake that'll sink the goddamn city of New York. That's how hard you're putting your foot down on this. Why? I don't know. Maybe you all have been on and off so many times you're just sick of playing the fucking game. Maybe they did something to you that is so unforgivable. I don't know. But first of all, yes. Oh, this person wanna be with you. Feels like a past person. Doesn't have to be. Could be somebody you were just recently connecting with. But yeah, this person doesn't have the best intentions in the world. I'm kind of feeling like communication coming in, and you are slamming your foot down. Slamming your foot down. So hard it's going to cause an earthquake. Matter of fact, honestly, I can't help this, man. I normally try to take the side of the person I'm reading for, but it's telling me that there's a couple of you who might connect with a new person just to make this person jealous. I don't know who needs to hear this. I know that's not all of you, but don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't do that. That'll create karma, okay? All right. Well, at least you're putting your foot down, though. This feels to me like something that's been on and off. Doesn't have to be, but this has on and off written all over it. All over it. Some of you dealt with the Aries. Also have Gemini, Capricorn. Aries, Gemini, Capricorn. Okay. Yup. Tower card reversed. World card reversed. That's on and off. That's got on and off written all over it. I think whoever this is believes that you're their person. All right. Well, hang on. Let me turn my fan up a little bit. Oh. Okay. All right. Let's get some advice for Scorpio. What's the advice? Strength card reversed. Emperor reversed. Okay, all right. Well, so there's nothing wrong with putting your foot down. Okay, nothing wrong with that. But I think I would go a little bit further. Especially, now this, I may be getting real specific here. So this may kind of start whittling down to a point where this may not resonate for a lot of you, but I feel like somebody needs to hear this. If this doesn't apply to your situation, at least take this with you on your journey. It comes a point where you've told somebody everything that you can possibly tell them, you know, and you have that persistent, manipulative person that won't take no for an answer. Thank you, Alpha Tar, for the super chat. Appreciate you. Hope I said your name right. You'll have that one person that just will not take no for an answer. You've already told them and told them and told them, like the fixed sign you are. That's how we roll, as fixed signs. Once I tell you my fucking decision, that's my decision. You ain't gonna change my mind. Matter of fact, the harder you try to change my mind, the harder I'm gonna slam my foot down and dig my heels in. You know? Comes to a certain point where you just have to poof. Shh. Poof. I've already told you everything I have to tell you. Poof. Go ghost. Silent. No response. No reaction. No nothing. I don't care how much they threaten you, how much of a pity party they throw, what rumors they start spreading. You know, because, you know, a manipulator like that, after a certain point, they don't care what kind of reaction they get out of you. They don't care. As long as they get something. After a certain point, if all else fails, they're satisfied with getting negative reactions out of you. What feeds that demon is your response. That's what feeds it. It don't matter what you say. It don't matter what you do. Don't matter what kind of logic you bring to the table. They're going to twist it. And they're going to keep trying to get that reaction out of you. After a certain point, once you've already said everything you have to say 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, step back, be quiet, and go ghost. Hang on a second. I'm going to open my window real quick. Hold on. It's getting smoky in here. All right. Okie dokie. All right. That's about all I can say about that. About all I can say. Poof. Go ghost. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Sagittarius. 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 What are the messages for the Saggy family for the weekend? Uh-oh, Ace of Swords reversed. Okay. So there may be somebody you're waiting on communication from. If so, I don't really think this person knows how to start a conversation with you. I don't think so. I'm kind of feeling like you got your mind pretty well made up as far as this situation goes, though. Because on your side over here, you got 2 of Swords and 2 of Wands. Boy, I'm going to tell you what, that's your mind being made up. 10 of Cups and 10 of Pentacles, both reversed on your side. Meaning, hail to the fuck no. What I'm not getting here, though, is how you're feeling about this person or this situation. That's what it's not telling me. I would imagine that you feel some type of way about it. You're not numb to it. You are getting over this, though. You're doing quite a bit of healing, maybe even more healing than you realize. I think this person's waiting for you to kind of let your guard down and get over it. Especially if you've done that before. They're kind of waiting on you to let your guard down and get over it. They're waiting for the dust to settle, is what they're doing right now. I think they plan on making a return back into your life. Planning on it. They're patiently waiting, especially if this happened recently. I know that's not all of you, but I feel like a good little handful of you. This recently, within the last month, 2 months, they're just waiting on the dust to settle. And then they plan at some point here in the near future to at least come back and dip their toes in the water to see if you're even open to letting them come back into your life. But right now, they're just kind of patiently waiting on that opportunity. Some of you dealt with an Aquarius. I also have Taurus and Pisces here. Yeah, see, you're healing, dude. You're actually healing. So it's going to be funny, too. It's going to be funny as hell if you stay on the path you're on right now. Okay? If you stay on the path you're on right now, and the 2 of you do end up communicating in a few months, they ain't even going to fucking recognize you. They may not even recognize you now. Especially if this came to an end a while back. But I have a feeling that the next time you and this person talk, they ain't even going to know what to say to you. Their jaw going to be hanging on the floor. You know? That's about all I got here, though. Healing, healing, healing. Good God. Look at all the fucking healing Sagittarius is doing. And I think, like I said, I could be wrong on this, but I feel like a lot of you don't even realize how much healing you've done. Now, healing doesn't mean I moved on and I forgot about it. That's not healing. Most of the time, when people heal, they don't realize they're healing because healing properly hurts. It's a painful process when you're doing it right. But most people don't know how to do it. So they just think, oh, let me just wait, move on, live my life, wait until it sinks down into my subconscious mind and stops hurting. That's not healing. True healing, when done correctly, Whether you're doing it on purpose or not, it's a painful process. So that's why I think a lot of you may not realize how much healing you've done. Let's get the advice for Sagittarius. What's the advice? What is the advice? Woo, there's the Sagittarius card reversed, though. So, return to balance. Return. See, it's so funny how the Temperance is the Sagittarius card, because y'all Saggies have this tendency to not be very balanced. Y'all have this tendency to either be pedal to the metal, 120 mile an hour, or dead stop, fuck you, I'm out. Like one of the two. But the highest vibration of Sagittarian energy, believe it or not, is very balanced. It's very balanced and patient. It really is. So you're at that place where you are ascending up to that higher vibration of balance. You know, not 120 mile an hour, not shut the engine off, throw the car in park and run from it, but cruising, coasting, right? Sometimes that can be hard for Sagittarius to find that energy. But when you do, you start floating. You do. Because y'all know what happens when you floor it and do 120 down the highway. You run out of fuel real quick, don't you? You get bored real quick. And the gas tank runs out. Okay, I'm over that. Never mind. Right? Cruising. Coasting. You're making your way towards that. And by the time you talk to this person next, not only will they have to get to know you all over again, but it'll be too fucking late anyways. Because what's due to come in next is going to put this person to shame. It will put this person to shame. Oh, yes, it will. All right, Capricorn. I've used all my decks today, haven't I? All right, Capricorn. Capricorn. Boom, boom, boom. Woo, world card. Could be closure coming in. Hang on. Yeah, I'm thinking you're getting closure with somebody. Yep. An apology coming in. I don't know right now, though, this person's contemplating when they're going to come forward. They're inching their way towards you, possibly even doing little things to try to get your attention. But closure, I don't think it's happening this weekend, though. I'm not going to lie. Knight of Pentacles, Fool card reversed, Seven of Pentacles, Ace of Wands reversed, Ace of Pentacles reversed. I don't think it's happening this weekend, but it's coming. This person is inching their way towards you, right? Possibly, like I said, doing little things to try to get your attention, just to see, just to test the waters. And they plan to come forward and try to get closure. I'm not seeing reconciliation energy here. I'm seeing closure. So, maybe this is what they're trying to avoid. This is why they're inching towards you so slowly. Because they want to feel out whether or not closure is possible, or if it's just going to pop off into a bunch of drama. Okay. All right. Well, it could be a Libra for some of you. I also have Taurus and Aries. That was short and sweet, but not a lot more I can say about that. Let's get the advice. What's the advice for Capricorn? What's the advice? Eight of Swords reversed. tell you what, I think a conversation does need to be had between you and this person. But when it comes to what you should do, I wouldn't drive myself too nuts with what you should do about this situation. If they want to come forward and get closure, let them do that like a grown adult. What I would focus on if I was you is finding my own closure in here. I know that's really hard, but it's possible. One thing that I hear in my personal readings very frequently is, will this person apologize for what they did? Or will this person, does this person regret what they did? Or something like that. And then they'll follow it with, I need to know for my spiritual evolution. And I always have to tell them, no, you don't. No, you don't. No, you don't. That's not what'll help your spiritual evolution. No, it won't. Nothing will make you do quantum leaps in spiritual evolution than finding your own closure without that apology. That's what'll make you do quantum leaps in spiritual evolution. Figuring out how to release and transmute this situation without that apology, without that person regretting what they did, while they're still playing the victim. If you can do that, that'll turn you into a different person. That'll rearrange your brain chemistry. Yeah, it will. Yeah, it will. And it's not something you can do overnight. Oh, no, it's not. That's another thing that happens a lot in my readings is that's a big, long lecture that I have to break down and explain. But sometimes I'll explain that to somebody, and then they'll come back a month or two later and say, I tried that and it didn't work. No. You ain't going to do that in a month or two. I suppose it's possible. I'm never the one to tell you that something's impossible, but I wouldn't be able to do that in a month or two. The longest it's taken me to fully transmute something and release it was 4 years. 4 years. 4 years. And I've been on my spiritual path since 2016. I've manifested my wildest fucking dreams 10 times over. I got a pretty decent relationship with the universe. Not saying that I'm the best in the world, but I'm not too shabby. All right, I've done some fucking badass shit in my life. I wouldn't be able to do that. Could you? Possibly. I'm not saying you can't. Maybe you could. But those results are very atypical. Very, very much so. That's what I would be focused on if I was you. If you do want to reach out to this person and shoot them a closure message, proceed with caution. Let them know that it's all good. No beef with me and you. And do it with as few expectations as possible. That's another thing that's really hard. But you at least want to try. All right, Aquarius. Aquarius. What are the messages for the Aquarius collective for the weekend? Messages for Aquarius. Strength card reversed. Some of you dealing with a Leo. Woohoo! Got that reconciliation energy right there now. Wow, this is interesting. First, I was assuming this was the Aquarius saga. If this is the Aquarius saga, it kind of looks like the tables are turning here. Kind of. Because now it looks like you are the one giving them the silent treatment. Are you doing that on purpose? Are you doing that on purpose? It's bothering them, I'll tell you that much. Oh, it's eating away at them. Oh, hell yeah, it is. I think this person does want to reconnect with you. They possibly want to reconcile or at least clear the air with you. But they can't fucking tell how you feel and where you stand. And it bothers the shit out of them. Yeah, they be losing sleep over this shit. Could be a Virgo for some of you. Also have Pisces here. Okay. What else can I say about this? I can't really say much else about this. Not really. Oh, 5 of Wands. So you probably already know this, and that's one of the reasons why you're hanging back. But, so what do you get when you have two people? One person is being silent, and the other person is really annoyed by that silence. Tension. It builds and builds and builds and builds over time. So what's going to happen if you let that tension build and build and build over time, and then you try to reconnect? Pow! It's going to get ugly, isn't it? And I think you already know that. Some of you are dealing with a situation at the workplace. So I know that's not all of you, but some of you dealing with a situation at the workplace, a lot of tension at the workplace maybe. Maybe one or two of you got down and jiggy with a coworker and now it's silent at the workplace and there's that tension in the air. I know that's not all of you, but yeah, this looks like some very silent tension that you already know is a ticking time bomb. So, okay. All right, well, let's see what the advice is for Aquarius. What's the advice? Advice for Aquarius. I don't know who is wondering about this, but just in case you're wondering, no, they have not changed. For those of you dealing with somebody that had an addiction issue, no, they have not gotten clean. For those of you wondering whether or not this person has changed the error of their ways, no, they have not. This is saying wait. Don't be so quick to judge this situation either. Yeah, don't be so quick to judge this situation. Because the things that happened between you and this person are playing a much bigger role that hasn't even seen itself all the way through yet. Okay? And everything that you're going through right now is also playing a much bigger role that's not even done playing itself out yet. So do the best you can. I know sometimes when you get to thinking about it, you get all riled up and pissed off. I get it. But try to catch yourself when that happens. Try to catch yourself and think, one of these days this is going to make sense. One of these days, this is going to make sense, because it will. I promise you. Once this situation unfolds all the way, which could take some time, you're going to look back on this and laugh your ass off. You're going to look back on this person and laugh your ass off. You're going to be looking back on this one of these days, and you're going to be seeing it so differently than anything you ever thought it was. It's going to be funny. It's going to be funny. This is going to change your life for the better in ways that make no sense right now. So, yeah, for those of you who think it would be best to keep your distance from this person, yes, it would. Yes, it would. Trust the universe. The universe has a big plan in mind. I'm telling you, you're going to laugh your ass off when you see it. You're going to laugh your ass off. Not only that, but you're going to understand why the universe wouldn't let you know what's going on. You know, and this is for everybody. Everybody needs to hear this. You know that it is much more likely that the universe is not going to let anybody know what's happening. Much more likely. Much more likely that something is happening right now that you're not allowed to know than it is likely that there's something you need to know that you don't. I get that question all the time. What do I need to know? Nothing. You don't need to know anything. When you need to know something, the universe gonna make sure you fucking know. You gonna know when you need to know. The question is, what would you like to know? And then the question is, what are you allowed to know? There are some things that the universe won't let anybody know. No tarot reader, not the most world-renowned psychics and channelers and astrologers and rune readers and palm readers and dream interpreters and you name it. There are many, many, many things that nobody is allowed to know. Nobody. Because if somebody knew, the path would be sabotaged. Trust the process. All right, Pisces. Y'all remember that old, the old commercials from back in the day, the Yahoo commercials? Yahoo! That's where I get that from. That's some old 90s shit right there, man. Yahoo back in the 90s. I didn't even know what that meant when I was a kid. I'm like, what the hell does Yahoo mean, you know? Yahoo! All right, God damn it. I need a nap after this. Me and Leah just went on this big old long ass hike. Woo, man, I'm tired. All right, Pisces. Woohoo, King of Pentacles. I don't know where the Michael Jackson thing comes from. That just, you know, woohoo. I don't know, man. Okay, Ten of Pentacles, Devil card. Ooh, some of y'all are involved in a sex-based connection. And the fucking karmic wheel. I was hoping I wouldn't see this goddamn card. Karmic wheel. So this looks like a toxic karmic cycle for a lot of you. It could be a Capricorn for some of you. This has you way out of your element. Way out of your element. Way, way out. Some of you, it could be like a financial codependency connection, possibly. I can't help. Every time I do a Pisces reading, every time, it comes through that it's somebody you're not even in love with. This is what I can't figure out. I normally don't. Okay, so you hear me a lot talk about a saga, you know? Oh, we got a Virgo saga, or we got a Taurus saga. I say that when I see the same story play itself out for like 2 months, you know, straight. And this is starting to feel like a saga. Because one thing that I'm noticing every other time I do a Pisces reading is this is somebody you're not even truly in love with. You may think you are. You may have been at one point. But the love has been drained dry from this situation. This feels like an attachment. Like an attachment. Something that you can't detach yourself from. I think a lot of you wish you could detach yourself from it. Maybe for some of you, like I said, it could be financial codependency. That's another thing that comes through a lot. Are you dealing with a person that there's some kind of financial constraints on the two of you, maybe? I don't know, but this is not a healthy cycle between the two of you. Not really. Not really. That's all I can really say about this. You're trying to make a head over heart decision, but you don't trust any decision you make. No matter what decision you make, it feels like the wrong decision, don't it? Two of Cups reversed. I kind of feel like the universe is trying to pull the two of you apart. The universe is driving a big wedge between the two of you. It's getting to the point, though, where this is just weighing on you so heavily that you've almost lost yourself in this situation, haven't you? It's kind of feeling like you've lost yourself in this. You're losing yourself. Well, shit. Okay. Damn it. I was hoping for rainbows and unicorn farts and little pink bunny shit and Skittles, but whatever. Let's get the advice for Pisces. What's the advice? What is the advice? Devil card again. Okay. So first of all, focus on nothing but raising your own vibration. I know that sounds cheesy. Hear me out, okay? People don't understand what happens when you raise your vibration. I know you got all these fake spiritual people on the internet that make it sound like it's woo la la la, floating on a cloud, la la la. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. Now, that'll come later. I'm not saying that you'll never float on a cloud. I'm just saying that when you first start the process of raising your vibration, oh no, it ain't that pretty. Because you have this thing called universal law. Universal law of vibration and attraction. So here you are on your vibration, okay? Everything that is a part of your life matches your vibration, or it couldn't be a part of your life. There is no judgment here. We're not saying good vibration, bad vibration, okay? Just remove judgment from it. But when I don't care who you are, what your sign is, or where you are on the planet, when you take a look around at your life, everything is an extension of your vibration. So when you begin to raise your vibration, guess what starts to happen? Shit starts getting fucked up in your life because you're raising vibration. And people, situations, jobs, scenarios are not raising vibration. So what happens when you start to become not a harmonious match to people, situations, places, jobs in your life? It starts getting messy. It starts getting real messy. Real messy. So if you just focus on nothing but raising your vibration, the universe will pull the two of you apart by way of its own law. Don't fight the process. I see so many people doing that, man. They get on that path, they're doing good, they start raising their vibration, manifesting, and then guess what starts to happen? You start being pulled away from something or someone very close to you. And then they attach themselves to it. They won't let it go. Well, now you're a hot air balloon tied to a sandbag. I'm going to use my radio analogy. Okay? You are a biological radio. You're just like a radio. When you look around, at any given time, there are upwards of 400 billion bits of information going on around you at any given time. Your ego, analytical thinking brain, is only capable of processing around 400,000 of the 400 billion per minute. I don't even think, no, it's 4,000. I'm sorry, it's not even 400,000. 4,000 of the 400 billion. Okay, so the bits of information that you are tuned into via your neural circuitry and the way you're programmed to think, that's your frequency. So you're like a radio, right? when your radio is on in your car, there are hundreds of radio signals blasting through your car at once. But the radio can only tune into one at a time. So you're tuned into 93.1. 93.1 is your life experience. And everything that plays on 93.1 is part of your life experience because that's the frequency you're tuned into. Okay, well, let's say you're tuned into 93.1 top country hits. And you are absolutely in love with Luke Bryan. Is that a country singer? That sounds like a country singer. Right? Okay. Well, if it's not, let's just say there's this country singer named Luke Bryan. And you're in love with this person. But your blessings are all the way over there on 107.7. So when you start changing frequencies, it starts getting staticky. And you can tell that if you keep changing frequencies, Luke Bryan's going to have to go bye-bye. Can't do that. I got to attach myself to Luke Bryan. Okay, well, you can't attach yourself to Luke Bryan while tuning into 107.7 and manifesting your blessings. Your blessings are on that frequency. That's where the new experience is. If you want to stay tuned into 93.1, you're going to keep repeating the 93.1 experience. You can't experience something new while tuned into that same frequency. So you're going to have to make a choice. Yes, is it possible for Luke Bryan to quit singing country music and go over there to the hip hop and R&B station and start rapping? Yeah, it's possible. But you cannot make Luke Bryan do that. No, you cannot. The likelihood that he's going to do that is very fucking slim. Most people do not change frequencies. Most people stay on the programming they were given at birth their whole life. Most people. So you have a choice. I either stay attached to Luke Bryan and keep repeating country music for the rest of my life and not changing my experience, or I just let go. That's the choice. That's what they really mean when they say you lose 90% of your friends and family on the path to success. That's what they mean. People misunderstand that. They think that that means, oh, I'm better than you now, so I have to cut you off. No, that's not what that means. It's not what that means. What that means is when you change vibrations, you are going to be forced to make a decision to let go of at least one person if you're lucky. At least one. At least, if you're lucky. Most people, it's damn near everybody in your life, depending on how big of a vibrational jump you make. Focus on your vibration and your vibration alone. Whatever happens as a direct result of changing your vibration, don't fight that process. And think about this. Any person that you lose as a direct result of raising your vibration is not a loss. That's the universe taking the trash out for you. Okay? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that all my signs of the zodiac needed to hear for the weekend. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thanks again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. All right? I'm out of here now, y'all. I will see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity. Stay blessed.